All right, everyone, let's start in our comfortable seated position. And I'm going to go ahead and sit on a pillow because I'm up here and I have one. Oh, all right. And we're going to settle in like we normally do with a little bit of side to side rocking. We're going to find our sit bones exactly where they are. So maybe you need to rock back and forth, a little front, side. And then when you find the center of your sit bones, go ahead and feel your spine grow tall, right? So we're coming into this space, we're letting go of everything that's happened before right now. We're not thinking about what's going to happen after class. And if it's comfortable, let your eyes close or softly focus on the floor in front of you. Let your hands rest on your knees or your thighs. Palms down is more grounding. Palms up is to accept more energy. So whichever way feels right for you, don't overanalyze it. And then start to draw your navel in. Take a big inhale. Feel your rib cage expand. Maybe you can feel it expand side to side and front to back. And then exhale it all out. Breathe in again. And exhale out. One more long, slow inhale, centering yourself in your space and in your practice. And then exhale it all out. We'll start off slowly adding some breath and movement. So reach your fingertips out to the sides of your mat. Inhale, bring your palms all the way up to touch overhead. And then flip your palms, exhale, press all that air down and away from you. Flip your palms, inhale, breathe in, bring them up overhead. And exhale, press everything out, down and away from you. Inhale, reach up, breathing in, bring your palms to touch. And now exhale, just your right arm down. Reach your left arm straight up to the ceiling and see if you can find some length through the left side of your body before you start to bend over to the right. So you want to grow tall and lengthen, and then exhale and bend. Taking it slow today. Resting here, checking in if your left sit bone is popping up off your mat or your pillow, and see if you can press it down a little bit. And then come back through center. Float your left hand all the way down. Inhale, bring your palms up to touch overhead. And exhale, just the left hand down. Reach your right fingertips up. And then exhale over to the left. Staying here, breathing. Checking with your right hip. You're pressing it down into the mat. Finding some length through your side body. And then flow your right hand all the way down. We're going to inhale our arms up in front of us. Exhale, flip the wrists up to the ceiling and bring the palms back down. Inhale, raise your arms nice and slow, finding the movement in your shoulder sockets. When your hands are all the way up, flip your palms so it's like you're pressing against the ceiling, and then exhale, bring your hands all the way back down. One more time, bring your hands up, all the way up to the ceiling. Flex your palms, and now stamp each hand on the ceiling. So it's like you're reaching, you're stamping side to side, a little bit more stretch. And then reach both hands up, exhale, twist gently to the right, bringing your right hand behind you, your left hand to your right knee. Lengthen up taller, breathe in, and then exhale, see if you can twist a little bit further. Breathe here. Keep hold of your right knee as you start to turn your torso back to the front, bringing your right arm up and over by your right ear. So now we're using the pull on our right knee to our right hand, stretching through. And then reach both hands up, flex your palms again, and stamp your palms up on the ceiling. Nice. And now twist to the left, bringing your right hand to your left knee, your left hand behind you. Lengthen up nice and tall, and then exhale, see if you can twist just a little bit deeper. Breathe here. Don't let go of your knee as you turn your torso back towards the front. Reach your left arm up and bend over to the right. Holding on to your knee gives you a little bit more stretch, a little bit more reach. And then come back to center. Roll your shoulders 3 times to the back and 3 times to the front. We're going to make our way into our tabletop position. So slowly coming onto your hands and knees, lining your hands up underneath your shoulders, lining your knees up underneath your hips. Think about pressing your shins into the mat. And when you press down right below your knee and your shins, see if you can find some lift through your lower belly, through the front of your chest. See if that lift allows you to press into your knuckles and your fingertips and come out of your wrists ever so slightly. Take a breath here, holding this tabletop. And then gently twist your right hand so your right fingertips face you. Rock back and forth, stretching through the wrist, through the forearm. And then turn the fingers back to the front of your mat. Turn the left fingertips around. Rock back and forth gently. And turn the left fingertips around. Now turn both hands out to the side of the mat and make some circles. And this might be it for you. This might be enough sensation. But if you can, turn both fingers towards your knees and make circles in the other direction. Don't forget to press into your shins. That's going to allow you to have some extra connection with the lower body. And then slowly return your fingers to the front of the mat. You might want to curl your toes under, sit up, roll your hands out a little bit. It's a lot of work on the wrists. And then come back to your tabletop position. Pressing the tops of your feet into the mat, your shins and right below your knee. Drop your belly, open your heart, big. Exhale, round your spine, crown of the head down. Inhale, roll forward. Think about clawing into the mud. Exhale, round. One more time, inhale forward. And exhale, round. Come back to your neutral. We're going to shift the weight into our left hand so that we can draw our right arm up like a bow. And then exhale, bring it down and under, threading it through. Come all the way back up and open. And then exhale, down and under. Reach back up. This time when we come down, we're going to stay down, bringing our right ear all the way to the mat. lifting our left elbow, maybe coming up onto our left elbow tips, and then see if you can roll onto the outer edge of the right shoulder to make that twist just a little bit deeper. Check in with your lower body that you're pressing evenly between both knees. Take one more breath here, and then slowly unwind all the way up and open and return to neutral. We'll take it to the other side. So like a bow and arrow, open your arm, left arm up, and then exhale all the way through. Draw your left arm up to the sky or as far as you can get it, and then bring your left arm all the way through. One more time, reach up. And this time when we come down, we're going to bring our left ear down to the mat. Come up onto our right fingertips, lifting our right elbow towards the sky. Roll onto the outer edge of the left elbow. Breathe here, feel the twist, press into both shins, press into the tops of both feet, and then slowly come back to your neutral tabletop. We're going to extend our right leg back behind us and rock a little bit on this foot. Sawing back and forth, rolling over your toes. And then from here, you're going to take your left leg and you're going to turn it 90 degrees so that you can come onto the inside of your right foot. And then open up to the right. So you're in a supported side angle. Nice. Reaching your right arm up, right foot on the ground, left shin on the ground, reaching up, finding that length. Maybe you can bring your right arm over by your right ear. Reach here, feel it stretch through your right hip. And then bring your right hand down, turn your left foot back, come back into your tabletop. Shift your left foot back, reach it back, rock back and forth over your left toes. Warming up your legs. And then take the right foot, turn it 90 degrees, roll onto the inner edge of your left foot as you turn and open to the left, reaching your left arm up, pressing into the bottom of your left foot. Try and keep your left leg as straight as possible. Stacking your shoulders, opening up, and then bring the left arm by the left ear if you can, lifting your ribcage up to the ceiling, and then come all the way back down to tabletop. We're going to do that again. So reach your right foot back, a little bit of rocking, and then shift your left shin, open up, reach your right arm up, press into your right foot. And with your core strength, start to lift all the way up. Nice. So you're in a supported warrior two, arms are reaching out, right foot is pressing down. Maybe you can look over your left hand and then turn your left palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. So you want to find length from the left leg up into the left arm. Try not to put too much weight in this right hand. You want the bend to be natural, be supported, and then cartwheel yourself all the way down, turning back into your neutral tabletop. Take a breath here, and then extend your left leg out. Take a little bit of rocking back and forth. Turn your right shin, roll onto the inner edge of your left foot. Peel your left arm up. Find your points connecting to the ground, the bottom of your left foot or the outer edge of your left foot, your right shin, and then lift yourself up, warrior two. Pause here. Maybe you can gaze out over your right fingertips. Your arms are at shoulder height. They're reaching away from each other. Bring your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. And breathe here. So your left arm isn't weight bearing. Your right shin all the way up through your hip, through your side body, big stretch. And then exhale, cartwheel all the way back down. Before we stand up, we'll do one more thing. Reach your right foot back, lift your right leg up, flex your toes. Reach your right heel back, float your left arm up if you can, coming into your bird dog. Lift your belly button up, think about lengthening your tailbone, find your balance, and then exhale, bring your knee to your elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, lengthen. One more time. Exhale, knee to elbow. Lengthen back out. Return your left hand. Return your right knee. Shake your hips side to side. Just want to make sure we got our core warmed up. Reach our left leg back. Lift our left foot. Flex the foot. Big toe pointing over to the right. Reach your right arm forward. And then exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach forward if you can. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach forward if you can. Exhale, draw it into center. Reach forward. Return your right hand, return your left knee. Shake your hips out a little bit. That feels good. And then walk your palms forward, curl your toes under, and lift your hips into your first downward facing dog. Pedal your feet out. Let your hips sway a little bit side to side. Take a few breaths here, maybe find some stillness, maybe keep moving. And now float your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, step your right foot all the way forward in between your hands. Lower your left knee down, untuck your toes. Inhale, come up for a supported lunge. Breathe here. Exhale, bring your hands back down. Curl your toes under, step back for downward facing dog. Nice and slow. Float your left leg up behind you. Draw your left knee in, bringing your left foot all the way up between your hands. Lower your right knee down. Inhale your arms up. Breathe here, find your balance. And then bring your hands back down. Curl your toes under, step back, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up, feel your spine get nice and long. Put your right leg up, bend your knee, open your hip up to the ceiling if you can. Breathe here. Turn your hip back down, extend your right leg, draw your right knee all the way in, slide your right foot up between your hands. Come into a low lunge. Breathe here. Feel your hips open, square them off. If you can, inhale up to a high lunge. Pausing here. Find your balance. Find your strength. And then exhale all the way down. Lower your left knee. Shift your hips back, coming into a half split. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. As you lengthen this time, roll back onto your right foot, plant your hands, and step yourself back into downward facing dog. Breathe here. Feel your shoulder blades move away from your ears. Float your left leg up, bend your left knee, open your left hip. Try and point your left knee up to the ceiling. Think about your right heel reaching down to the mat. Square your hips back off. Draw your left foot all the way up in between your hands, coming into your low lunge. Breathe here, no rush. Come on up to high lunge. And hold here. Let your shoulders relax away from your ears. And smile. Float your fingers down, lower your right knee, untuck your toes, shift your hips back, coming into your half split. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen as you roll your left foot back onto the mat. Plant your hands, curl your toes, step yourself back into your downward facing dog. Lengthen your arms, press into the mud. Lift your hips up. Lift your right leg up to the sky, bend your knee, open your hip. Think about keeping your torso facing the mat so that you're finding the twist in your waist. And then extend the right leg, draw the knee into your chest, slide the right foot up. You're in your low lunge. Reach your left heel back so you feel the stretch through your left leg. Press into your right foot, roll up or come all the way up to high lunge. Straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend back into your lunge. Straighten your right leg. You need to find your balance, find your center, and then bend back down. Straighten and bend. Let your fingertips come down to the earth. From here, see if you can straighten your front leg as much as possible. Probably not all the way. Shifting your hips back, coming into pyramid. And then bend your front knee again. And then shift your hips back, straightening your front leg. And then bend back down into your low lunge. One more time. Straighten your legs. And then come back into your low lunge. Plant your hands, step back to downward facing dog. Breathe here. Lift your left leg up, bend your left knee, open up your hip. Feel your right foot sink down towards the mat. Extend your left leg up to the sky, and then draw your left knee all the way in, all the way up between your hands. Find your low lunge. Find the squareness of your hips. Find the connection with your back toes, with your front foot, and then come up to your high lunge. Square your hips to the front of your mat. Find your center. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Bring your fingertips back down to the ground and then straighten your front leg. Exhale back into your low lunge. Straighten your front leg, lift your hips. Exhale back into your low lunge. Straighten your front leg. Exhale back into your low lunge. Plant your hands. Step back to downward facing dog. Pedal your down dog out. And then we're going to hold this down dog for 3 long, slow breaths. So find where your hands are. Your pointer finger is pointing forward. You're pressing into your thumb and your forefinger. Your fingers are pressing into the ground like they're pressing into sand or mud. As you exhale, your heels reach down behind you. Inhale, your spine lengthens. Exhale, your ears sink between your biceps. One last full inhale. And on this exhale, you look forward at your hands and start to slowly move your feet towards your hands. Coming into your forward fold. Knees are slightly bent. Reach forward, Reach for your opposite elbows. Release your lower back and gently sway side to side. Release your hands. Engage your core and start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Stacking your knees over your ankles, your hips over your knees, your shoulders over your hips. Coming all the way up into a beautiful standing position. Letting your hands come down by your side, letting your shoulders relax. Maybe you need to shift your weight side to side. Maybe you can find stillness. As you stand here, lift your toes up off the mat. And then without looking at them, can you keep them lifted and gaze forward, away? Can you find your balance? And then slowly put down your pinkies, your ring toe, your middle toe, your pointer toe, and your big toe. Standing here, we're going to inhale, bring our arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, press that air away from you. Inhale, bring the air all the way up overhead. Exhale, press everything away from you. One more time, reach up. Interlace your fingers, release your pointer finger, reach nice and tall. Think about lengthening your tailbone and then exhale, bend over to the right. Coming into a half moon pose. And then come up to center, bend over to the left. Come back up to center. Release your hands down. If you're not at the front of your mat, go ahead and move there. Inhale, bring your arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Bring your hands up to your thighs or your shins. And then exhale, bend your knees, plant your hands down, step back to plank. Breathe here. 3 breaths. And lift your hips to downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. Your next exhale, look forward, walk your feet up to the front of your mat. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Exhale your hands down through heart center, all the way down to your side. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, bring your arms up, palms touch overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Maybe your hands can come to the shins or the floor. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Lower your knees, untuck your toes. Bend your elbows, hugging them in near your chest, lowering your chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale down. One more time. Inhale, baby cobra. And lower down. Press up into your tabletop. Curl your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here. And on your next exhale, look forward and start to walk your feet up. From your forward fold, you're going to plant your feet and raise yourself all the way up, palms touch overhead. Exhale down through heart center, all the way down to your side. Take a round of breath, standing in stillness. Inhale, bring your arms up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Fingers stay on the ground or your shins or your thighs. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Breathe in, exhale, lower your knees. Lower yourself halfway down if you can. And then untuck your toes, come on up to upward facing dog. Exhale to downward facing dog. And stay here for 3 breaths. Breathe in, breathe out, nice and slow. And on your next exhale, walk your feet up to meet your hands, coming into a forward fold. Press down into your feet. Inhale, come all the way up to stand. Palms touch overhead. Exhale your hands down through your center. We're going to do one more. So inhale, bring your arms all the way up overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, flat back, lengthen your spine. Hands on the floor or your shins. And then exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, and step back into your plank position. So you can do knees, chest, chin, or a half knee, or you can lower halfway down. Untuck your toes, and we'll meet in upward facing dog. And then we'll all meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Float your left leg up behind you. Open your left hip, pointing your left knee up. And then extend your left leg back up behind you again. Draw your left knee into your chest. Hover here. Can you round your spine, bringing your nose towards your knee, finding space to bring your left foot up between your hands. You're coming into your low lunge. Make sure your left foot is over near your left palm. Turn your right heel down. Inhale, reach out and up, coming into your warrior one. Lengthen your front leg. Exhale, bend back into your warrior one. Lengthen and exhale down. Lengthen, exhale down. Bring your hands down behind your back. Interlace right thumb on top. Squeeze your shoulder blades together without sticking your chest out. Let your arms lengthen down your back. Breathe in, maybe gaze up at the ceiling, and then exhale, keeping your hips square to the front of your mat. Reach your heart forward, bringing your torso parallel to the floor so that your left elbow, your left shoulder rests on your left thigh. And once you're there, then you can curl your head so that the crown of your head points down to the floor. Lift your arms up to the ceiling. Press into the outer edge of your right foot. Press into your left big toe. Find your stability. Holding on to that, you're going to reach your head forward, lengthen your spine. Come all the way back up to your warrior one. Release your hands, reach up to the ceiling, and then exhale, float them all the way down to the ground. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa, and we will meet in downward facing dog. Find some stillness in your down dog. We're going to hold it for 2 more breaths. And now float your right leg up behind you. Bend your right knee, open your hip. Keep pressing into both your right and left palm. Let your left foot lengthen down. And then square your hips, draw your right knee into your chest. Round your back, drawing your nose towards your knee, and then bring your right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down, pressing into the outer edge of your left foot. Reach your arms out to come all the way up. Straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend. Straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend. Straighten and bend. Let your shoulders drop away from your ears. Bring your hands down by your side. Interlace your left thumb on top. Reach your arms back. Open your heart. And then exhale, slowly hinge forward at your waist, bringing your torso parallel to the floor. Right shoulder maybe reaches for right knee. Once you're here, you can draw your chin towards your chest so the crown of your head comes down towards the mat. Reach your hands up to the ceiling. Press into your right big toe. Press into the outer edge of your left foot. And then start to reverse out of it. Nice and slow. Release your grip, reach your arms all the way up. Exhale, let your hands come all the way down. Plant your hands, step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. Take a child's pose or skip it all together. And we will meet in downward facing dog. Keep your hips lifted. Put your left leg up, bend your left knee, open your hip up. And now in one motion, can you draw your left knee to your nose, rounding your spine, finding space. Put your left foot up between your hands. Turn your right heel down. Maybe you need to walk your left foot out a little bit. Make sure your hips are square. Reach your arms out to come all the way up. Lengthen. This time, exhale, draw your arms open into a cactus. Lengthen. Exhale, draw your hands down. Lengthen up. Exhale, draw your hands all the way down behind you. Interlace your fingers, right thumb on top. Reach your arms back. Exhale, cascade forward. Bringing your head all the way down. Reaching your arms all the way up behind you. Breathe here. Start to reach yourself back up. Coming back into your warrior one. Release your grip and turn into your warrior two. Focus on your arms being at shoulder height tonight. Think about your shoulders being over your hips. Now, can you sink a little bit lower into that warrior two? Holding it here. Bring your left palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Try not to put too much weight in that right hand. Straighten your left leg and then bend back into your peaceful warrior. Straighten, squeeze everything in through your hips and your glutes and then bend back down. Straighten. Bend back down. Come back to your warrior two. Hold here. Rotate into a high lunge. And then exhale down, coming into your plank pose. Move through your vinyasa, knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga. And we'll meet in downward facing dog. Breathe here. Put your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip. In one motion, draw your right knee towards your nose, rounding your spine like a candy cane. And slide your right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down. Make sure your stance is sturdy. If you need to move or adjust your feet, go ahead and do that. Reach your arms out to come all the way up into your warrior one. Straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend your elbows, open your heart. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend, drawing your arms all the way behind you, interlacing your fingers, left thumb on top. Open your heart forward. Exhale, all the way down so your chest is parallel. And then draw your chin in, crown of the head, arms lift up and away from you. Breathe here. Start to pull yourself back up. Release your hands coming into your warrior two. Make sure your arms stop at shoulder height. Check that your shoulders are over your hips so you're not forward, you're not wonky to the back, you're nice and centered, and then bend your right leg a little bit more. Hold here and breathe. Center your torso. Turn your right palm up, exhale back, peaceful warrior. Don't put any weight in your left hand if you can help it. Straighten your right leg. Exhale, bend your right knee. Straighten your right leg. Reaching up behind you, exhale, bend. Don't lose the stretch through your right side. Lengthen and back to peaceful warrior. Come back to warrior two. Rotate on your back foot coming into your high lunge. And then exhale all the way down. Step back to plank. Go through your version of your vinyasa. And we shall meet in downward facing dog. Pause here. Float your left leg up behind you. Open your hip. Reach your right heel down. Press evenly into your hands. Square the center of your chest. And then draw the knee towards your nose, rounding up like a candy cane. Slide the left foot up. Turn your right foot down. Reach out and forward, coming into your warrior one. Straighten your leg. Pull everything down. Add a little back bend. Lengthen. Exhale. Pull everything down and open. Lengthen. Pull everything down and open. Arms continue behind you. Interlace them. Reach your heart up. Exhale, cascade forward. Crown of the head all the way to the floor, palms up to the ceiling. On your exhale, start to reach yourself forward and up. Turning your torso, releasing that grasp coming into your warrior two. Turn your left palm up, exhale, back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your left leg, bend your left leg. Straighten and bend. Straighten. Come back into your warrior two. Come into your high lunge. Reach up, exhale, cascade your hands down. Lift your left leg back up behind you into three-legged dog. Now coming into pigeon, draw your left knee behind your left wrist. Slide your right heel back. Coming into your pigeon pose. Take a few breaths here and now slowly come down to your forearms or a pillow or a block. Once you adjust here, you can bring your head all the way down to the mat. Make sure that your back leg is straight, that your foot isn't making a banana shape, that you can breathe comfortably. Let your shoulders relax. Let the muscles of your face relax. Release your jaw. Slowly start to make your way back up. Propping yourself up with both hands in front of you. See if you can bend your back foot. Bring your left palm to the center. Reach your right arm out in front of you, thumbs up. And if you can, circle the right arm back behind you, reaching for the inside of the right foot. Pressing the right foot into the right hand. You feel a twist in your torso, a big opening in your shoulder, a stretch through your quad. This does not need to be a static pose, so you can draw your foot in, you can rock a little bit, maybe you need a little bit more of a twist. And then release. Press yourself back up to your three-legged dog. Lower your left leg down. Hold your downward facing dog. If you want to take a vinyasa, you absolutely can, or you can just stay in this down dog. Put your right leg up behind you, bend your right knee, open your hip. Reach your left heel down. Square your shoulders. On your exhale, draw your nose to your knee. Think about that candy cane shape, lifting your belly button. Slide your right foot up between your hands. Turn your left heel down, pressing into the outer edge. Reach your arms out and up, coming into your warrior one. Lengthen your front leg. Exhale, draw your shoulders down, elbows down. Inhale, and your shoulders lengthen. Exhale, pull everything down, open your heart. Inhale, exhale. Bring your hands all the way down behind your back, left thumb on top, reach your heart up, exhale, forward. Beautiful. Crown of the head all the way to the ground, palms up to the ceiling, knuckles up to the ceiling. Breathe here. Release your hands as you come up into your warrior. Reach your arms away from you. Nice strong warrior two. Turn your right palm up. Exhale back, peaceful warrior. Straighten your front leg. Reach further behind you. Exhale, bend. Lengthen, reach further back behind you. Exhale, bend. One more time, reach back. Exhale, back into your warrior two. Rotate into your high lunge. From here, you're gonna float your fingertips down all the way to the floor and lift the right leg up behind you, coming into your three-legged dog. Draw your right knee to your right wrist, coming into your pigeon. Extend your left leg behind you, foot up to the ceiling. Check that it's straight. Breathe here as you settle in, using any props that you need. It might be different on this side than the other side. As you slowly make your way halfway down onto your forearms, checking in with how you're feeling here, taking your time. Extend the leg behind you, bring your forehead all the way down to the mat. Let your hips relax. Make any adjustments that you need to as you move into this posture. One more breath. Now slowly start to come all the way back up. Pause here with your chest lifted. Bring your right hand in the front into your center. Bend your left foot. Reach your left arm out in front, thumb up. And then see if you can bring your left arm behind you towards the inner side of your left foot. Find the stretch through your chest, through your torso, through your quad. If you can't reach it, it's no big deal. Try to do what you can. And then release that. Plant your hands. Curl your left toes under, reach your right leg all the way up, three-legged dog. Lower your right foot down, downward facing dog. Take a vinyasa if you want to. And then we'll all meet in child's pose. It's a quick child's pose. We're only going to take a few breaths here. And then we're going to slowly come all the way up. We're going to try and curl our toes under and then see if we can press ourselves back into a toe stand. So from here, your heels are up. Your knees are open. But you can also see if you can close your knees and keep your inner thighs touching. And you come up, straight spine. Lengthen up, spread your toes. And you lift your sit bones up off your heels, maybe an inch, maybe not even that. And you reach your arms forward, finding your balance. Do whatever you can, experiment. If you fall down, get back up, fall down 9 times, get up 10 times. And then we'll all come down and roll back onto our bums. And from here, we're going to reach our arms out in front of us, lengthen our spine, and slowly roll down to the count of 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen your spine along your back. Reach your fingers to where you think you can touch the backs of your heels. You should be able to tickle the backs of your heels. And then we're going to press the palms of our hands down across the ground and start to lift our tailbone, our middle back, our upper back, coming into a bridge pose. So you want to see how high you can lift your hips up to the sky. Make sure you're pressing into your big toe and your pinky toe and the heel of your foot. 2 more breaths here, and then we'll slowly lower all the way back down. So the next one, you can join me in another bridge, or maybe you have a pillow or a block and you want to take a supported bridge, you can do that also. So let your feet windshield wiper side to side. And then we'll come back to center. So our second bridge of the night. We're only doing 2. Plant your hands, start to curl your tailbone up, lifting your hips. If you're going to place a block or a pillow underneath you for a supported bridge, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, lift your hips. Maybe you want to interlace your fingers, drawing your shoulder blades together. Lifting into more of a back bend, pressing your forearms against the mat. Two more breaths. And then release the hands, slowly roll all the way down. Lift your arms to the ceiling and then open them into a T shape. Drop both knees over to the right. Look over your left shoulder. Lift your right foot, place it on top of your left thigh if you want a deeper stretch. Breathe here nice and slow. And then release your right foot if it's there. Bring both knees back up to center. Bring your hands up overhead. Realign yourself if you need to. Open your arms back into a T position. Drop both knees over to the left. Lift your left foot, place it on top of your right thigh if you want a deeper twist. Gaze over your right fingertips. And then release the left foot, bring your knees back to center. Reach your arms up overhead, extend them over towards the floor behind your head, nice and long. Feel the stretch through your torso. Exhale, stretch your legs out, drawing your toes and your fingertips as far away from each other as possible. From this super extended position, see if you can find some core strength and pull everything in towards your center, into your belly button, coming into a tiny little ball. If you can, hug your arms around your shins, drawing your knees closer to your chest, stretching out your lower back. Draw your chin to your chest, bring your nose up to your knees, coming into a little tiny seed. Squeeze everything in. We're going to release this into our Shavasana, but if there's anything else that you need to do before we do that, go ahead and take care of that now. Otherwise, breathe in, squeeze a little bit tighter, and then on your exhale, unfurl your body, coming to lie on your mat, extending your arms and your legs away from you. If you have a blanket or a sweater or socks that you want to put on, go ahead and do that. Lengthen your spine. Shift your shoulders so they're away from your ears. Reach your feet away from your center. Take a deep inhale, filling your entire body up with air from your big toe all the way to the crown of your head. Then exhale it out as you let your body relax into the mat. Do that again. Big breath, floating yourself up, filling yourself with air. Then exhale out, sinking into your mat. Bring your energy and attention to your toes and to your feet. Tighten and squeeze every muscle in your feet and toes. Squeeze them in. Feel like you're folding the bottom of your foot in half. Tighten it up and then relax. Let it go. Shake it out. Bring your energy and attention to your legs, to your calves, your shins, your kneecaps, your thighs, your hamstrings. Tighten every muscle in your legs. Squeeze it together, making your legs like two steel rods. Squeeze and then let it go. Shake it out. And let your legs relax. Bring your attention and focus to your hips and your waist. Squeeze your butt. Engage your waist. Scrunch everything into your center. And then exhale, let it out. Let it relax. Bring your attention and focus to your hands and your fingers. Place your thumb in the palm of your hand. Wrap your other fingers around it. Squeeze your thumb together. Squeeze and tighten. Squeeze and tighten, squeeze and tighten, and then relax. Shake out your fingers and let them become still. Bring your attention and focus to your arms, to your forearms, your elbows, your biceps, your triceps. Tighten every muscle in your arm like they're becoming sticks. They come off the ground, they reach away from you, and then let them go. Shake them out. Let them relax. Bring your attention and focus to your chest, to your shoulders, to your neck. Squeeze your chest in, lift your shoulders to your ears, tighten up your neck, tense everything up, and then let it go. Shake it out. Bring your energy, attention, and focus to your head, to your face, to the muscles around your eyes, your nose, your mouth. Tighten them all up, purse your lips, scrunch your nose, clench your eyes closed, squeeze, and then let it go. Shake it out, and let it relax. Take your energy, attention, and focus over your entire body from the top of your head all the way down to your big toe. Tighten every single muscle, squeeze every single tendon. Everything comes squeezing into the center line of your body, tightening it up, and then exhale, let it go, let it relax. We'll move into a few minutes of quiet stillness. more than welcome to stay in your Shavasana as long as your time allows. Go ahead, start to wiggle your fingers. Gently rock your head side to side. Let your tongue move around in your mouth. Maybe you squish your legs a little bit with your arms. And reach your arms up overhead. Take that big stretch again. Reach up with the right arm, reach up with the left arm. Feet onto your mat. Drop both knees over to one side as you roll onto that side to come into a side resting position. And then using your top arm, gently press your to come back into a seated position. Whatever seat is comfortable for you, cross-legged or legs straight out in front of you. And reach your arms out to the side, breathing in all the energy. And exhale your hands down to the center of your chest. Thumbs reach for your sternum. Breathe in, and on your exhale, let your chin bow down. Thank yourself for all your hard work. Appreciate your body for what it does for you every day. I thank you for coming and joining me today. Namaste.